I'm always on her Instagram, and I'm always finding a new dress and trying to think of how I can rationalize buying another one. Like, oh, when I renew my vows, or like, let's renew it every 3 years. Welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about getting my engagement dress on Etsy. It was a risky move. I also bought my wedding dress from the same place, so I want to do a full breakdown of how the process went. What did I think? I just had my engagement shoot earlier today at the time that I'm filming this video, so we're just gonna get right into it. So I got my engagement dress and my wedding dress from an Etsy shop called Wardrobe by Dulcinea. Absolutely beautiful bridal shop. I actually found it through another YouTuber, an Irish YouTuber, like 2 or 3 years ago, and I remember feeling similarly to how she explained it. Basically, she said that she saw one of the dresses on this Etsy shop, and that she was like, that's a weird dress, like that's a really weird dress, but for some reason it stuck in her mind and she couldn't stop thinking about it. That's what happened with me. I saw her video. She showed the Dolores dress, which I was so sure was gonna be my wedding dress. Like, I was like, yes, I love it, it's beautiful. It comes in different colors, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Basically, I saw that dress and I ended up choosing a different dress for my wedding, and then I was like so in love with shop because it has so many bridal dresses, like very bridal dresses, but they're very different in my opinion than what you normally see when you go in stores, especially when you live in a big city like New York City. There's just something very unique about the creations that she does and her team do. So them are 2-piece dresses, so you can mix and match them. So when you go on the website or on her Etsy, you'll see them and you can mix and match depending on what the description box says. Like, there's full details in there. I spent so many months just reading over everything while I was choosing my wedding dress, and then when it came time to do my engagement photo shoot, I wasn't sure what I wanted. I kind of want to just buy one and use it, even though they're wedding dresses, use it for my engagement shoot, because it doesn't really matter. Like, you create your own rules. So it was risky because I ordered my wedding dress from her originally at first, but I haven't gotten it yet because my wedding's in 2021. So here I am buying another dress that potentially might not fit well, because you never know when you're ordering online. So it is a custom sizing, so she does send you a very detailed video on how to take your measurements and what she needs from you, and you will provide that when she asks for it. So I emailed her in July and I was like, is there any way possible that I can get this dress by October, because that was when my shoot was going to be, the first week of October, and I wasn't sure if it was going to happen because she's quite popular. She does have like a long queue of people that are also purchasing the dresses, but she said, yeah, that's no problem, that she would probably get it to me a little bit earlier than October so that I would have time to get any alterations if it needed it, which is a very common thing. Most dresses will need at least some type of alteration, and I was like, sure, that's great. So a week later, she sent me an email, sent me the video so I can do my measurements and send them to her. She did message me back about certain ones, so I resent them and I showed her a picture of me taking the measurement just to confirm the accuracy of it. So the process itself was really straightforward. I chose the Soraya dress because it was so beautiful. It wasn't the one I was going to choose though. There was quite a couple that I was just so in love with, but there was something really special about this one, and the back has a really beautiful bow. So I had seen it months ago, but I just kept thinking about that dress. I kept thinking about it, and I wasn't sure. You know, it's a big poofy dress. It's a wedding dress. It is a wedding dress. I didn't know if it was going to look good on camera. I wasn't sure if I was doing too much, if I was going to be too outlandish, but I was like, hey, this is my special day. I'm having such a small wedding next year that I was like, why not go all out for my engagement shoot as well? You know what I mean? So that's what I did. I did buy it. Actually, my parents bought it. That was a gift. So I bought my wedding dress, which I don't want to show yet because my wedding's not till next year. But I did order it ahead of time because you never know if she's going to run out of the material to make the dress, which is something that she makes very clear on her website. If you see a dress there, it's best to just buy it as soon as possible, even if you're not ready to give your measurements. And it doesn't ever come across like she's doing it as a way, like as a selling tactic. It feels really genuine, and I've seen her sell out of certain costumes because she can't get the materials anymore. I said costumes, you know what I meant, dresses. So anyway, I purchased the Soraya one. So it's very flowy. I actually have the top piece here. So it has a beautiful bow. Like, there's something about the bow detailing, something about the stars. These are all like really cute stars, and you can get this in a lot of different colors. She has a lot of charts on her website that kind of break it down, how it's gonna look in certain lighting. And a part of me kind of did regret not getting this in like a blush pink or a dusty pink. But when I saw the image itself, I was like, it's so beautiful as it is. It's such a unique dress. It's a nice color. So if you really are getting married as a wedding dress, this is really pretty. pretty because I feel like it's super unique color. You don't see it quite often because it's not just an ivory, it kind of has some beige in it, some peachiness also. Like straight in lighting, it looked like I was wearing a sparkly peachy dress. Sorry about that, there was a loud plane flying by. But yes, I did order the dress in July and I did receive it pretty early, so I think like the second to last week of September I picked it up, and it didn't need any alterations, and I didn't feel like it needed any alterations. The issue was that when I gave her my measurements in July, I lost a significant amount of weight in September that was not really planned, but it kind of happens because I work in a farm like setting, so I lost a lot of weight. So I'm honestly surprised it wasn't a lot more loose than it was. At the waist it did slip a little bit, so what I ended up doing, or my dad ended up doing, was just moving the button a little bit more. I could have just gone to like an alteration store or whatever and done it that way, but I didn't want to run the risk of it taking too long and not getting the dress back in time. And I was like looking at, there was a lot of bad reviews for the places that I was thinking about, so I don't have like a go-to alteration shop here. I never really needed to, so I did leave it alone. My dad just moved the button over and it was a little bit tighter, and it worked perfectly for the actual event. So it's a very beautiful dress. There is a lot of poof, it's a lot of layers. I wore 3-inch heels just to prevent too much dragging on the floor. I'm really short though, I'm 5 feet tall, so that's just the struggle that I face every day of my life. But it was gorgeous, it lived up to my expectations. Very nice person, very sweet, and I love her creations. Like I'm always on her Instagram and I'm always finding a new dress and trying to think of how I can rationalize buying another one. Like, oh, when I renew my vows, or like let's renew it every 3 years. Also, in terms of pricing is very subjective. So for someone like me who's broke, who's like a lower class family, like let's be honest here, it is a little pricey, but nothing compared to what I've seen in actual bridal shops. Like I remember before I found this Etsy shop, I was looking at bridal suites to visit in Manhattan before COVID, and some of them were like, we do gowns from $3,000 and up. Like some of their budgets were just like their baseline, like cheap as they can go, was $3,000 or $2,500 or $1,800, and it was just, I mean, it's your special day, so I don't have a problem with splurging when it comes to having a special day, but I was really happy to find Ingrid's shop. This was under $800, which I think is a steal. Like if this was actually my wedding dress, that is a steal, because a lot of what I've been seeing on bridal shops is just a lot more than that. Obviously it was still expensive to me. Like I'm not saying like $800 is nothing. I'm grateful for it, and my parents did buy this to me as a gift because I purchased my own wedding dress, which I really want to show you, and that video will be a lot better than this one because we're really gonna break it down, like what was going through my mind when choosing that wedding dress, because I do like going for like non-conventional things, and that was hard for my mom. Like I feel like my mom just had, obviously all moms have this vision of how they see their daughter walking down the aisle with like a traditional white or off-white dress and like the veil, and I'm not doing a veil and I'm not doing a traditional white dress. So it was hard for her, but she did accept it, and they loved this dress too. So when they saw this as well, I was kind of showing it to them like offhandedly, like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of buying a dress from here, something for the engagement shoot, like look at like something like this, and I showed it to them and they loved it. I'm really surprised. But it is just a very unique dress. I love the back. Like I said before, the back is really what sold me. That bow detailing in the back is really nice, and it's placed strategically so your bra doesn't show that much. I could have just done a sticky bra, but I didn't like the lack of support that a sticky bra gives me. And I felt like just a strapless nude bra was fine. It doesn't really matter if you really want to go that extra mile, you can just have it photoshopped off. But to me, it wasn't a big deal. It's a really beautiful dress. It's very comfortable. It wasn't heavy. It's just a lot of material because I'm a short person, and my heels, I feel like I would have benefited from having a slightly higher heel, like a 3.5 to a 4. I wouldn't have had that problem at all, but mine were just 3. But it's very lightweight, it's very soft, it's not scratchy. These sleeves were not itchy. So that's great because sometimes I get sensitive to it. Sometimes I get really hot. So the temperature today was like in the 64 degrees Fahrenheit. But at some points, like when knowing myself, like I get overheated really quickly. So I was concerned that it was gonna be itchy, that it was gonna be uncomfortable, that I was gonna start sweating a lot. But it was a very airy, breathable material. It was very comfortable, it was very flexible. We were climbing up like really big boulders to take the picture at the top of the hill and stuff. So it definitely hung in there. There were no significant rips or tears or anything like that. It just got a little stained at the bottom because I was like doing twirls and spins because it has so much movement. So it did get a little bit dirty on the ground, but it does come with instructions on how to clean it and wash it and all that stuff. So that is it for my review. I definitely recommend checking that shop out. It's amazing. Great customer service, great reviews. Like if you really sit there and look at all her reviews, they're generally overall positive. And that also really sold me. I really wanted to see what other people were thinking. She's always open to like customization ideas, certain things, or if there's a specific color you want, I would definitely check it out. I'm gonna add this to a beginning playlist for wedding stuff because I'm gonna come back and do this again with the beautiful wedding dress that I purchased, because I know this is already beautiful, but I know that one's gonna be insanity. It's gonna be so gorgeous. Fingers crossed. But yeah, if you made it to the end of my video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you very soon with another one. Bye.